Hotel Granduca. Greatest place to stay in Houston. Great entertainment, great food. Stay tuned. Hello, welcome to the Hotel Granduca. I'm Bubba and I'll be playing here. Been playing here for about 2 years. I play here on Fridays and we do 70s, 80s, R&B and jazz. And it's such a beautiful hotel. If you stay here, you have lovely cabanas, a very, very private pool area. Of course, some of the best Italian food in town. And it's like, it makes you feel like you're actually in Italy. It's like the Borlinghis that own the place tried to transform it as if that you would be in Italy, and I think they've done a very well job. We'll be singing inside tonight from 6 to 9. I know you won't be here all night, but when you can show up, please come see us. It's called Bubba Greg Duo. We work at Granduca on Fridays, 2 to 3 times a month from 6 to 9. If you just go to Instagram, BUBBAMC1, I'll repeat that, Instagram, BUBBAMC1. You can follow me and you'll know exactly where all we're playing in town. So just follow me in a few minutes. We're gonna show you some other places. Very fabulous room. There's the keyboard, seating, our waiters, first class waiters. And if you look back over here, you see there's a bar. There's about 6 or 8 people. And there's plenty of seating areas with chairs, tables, and then there's a private VIP room in the back. If you would like to be more private, you don't want to be out in front of everybody. You sit back in the back of the room and have your own private party. Beautiful bar. That's Martine. Wade Martine is our fabulous bartender. One of the best in Houston. Our fine waiter. Come on through. This is Greg. Calling my piano player. Can I say hi, Greg?
How you doing, everybody?
So we're going to be singing you some 70s and 80s R&B, a little bit of everything, so just hang tight. We're going to be right back with you, but in just a few moments you're going to speak to our chef. He's going to tell you some of his incredible things that he can make for you. You got to taste it.
This is a restaurant Cabo. And
So tonight we're here with Chef Mauricio.
Yes, Mauricio Ferrarese.
So how did you get here?
Well, I came here in Houston, honestly, 10 years ago.
Right.
And I joined this company here, the Granduca, over a year ago. And just because it's a wonderful gem here in Houston. It's an Italian hotel. And as you can see, the Ristorante Cavour is a wonderful Italian northern cuisine.
What is your signature item here?
We do have a couple of signature items. We have all our pastas, from our shrimp raviolo to our risottos. We have a wonderful mushroom risotto right now on the menu. We are working with a couple of different dishes that we're going to implement in 2 weeks, so come to see us. We have a veal ossobuco raviolo, and then we're going to have a squid ink risotto on the menu. As appetizer, veal and tuna tonnato is my specialty. It's a dish from Piemonte, where actually the concept of this restaurant comes from. Is a combination of veal, of tuna, and a wonderful tonnato sauce.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing. So you've been here for almost 2 years.
Yeah, and a half, yes.
So what was the transformation between what was here before and what was here now? We were in the bar area.
Yes.
And those wafers, those Parmesan wafers, are absolutely
Aren't they?
so delicate and so amazing and so tasteful. What was the transformation between where it was and where it is now?
What I did, I honestly changed the entire menus, and I really did an upside down menu. Whatever it used to be and what it is right now. I stick to the concept of Italian food. Stick to the concept of, if you stay at the bar, for example, and talk about those Parmesan crisp, small mini pizzetta, that's what we eat at the bar at 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon with a nice glass of wine or a wonderful Jack Daniel if you wish, or tequila, since we are down here. But those are the things that we miss, we give for granted in Italy. So this is what I brought up.
What part of Italy are you from?
North of Italy, Piemonte.
Piemonte.
Yes.
Perfect. I'm doing a Italian wine class next month. What would you say is the #1 tip for Italian wine?
Well, if I need to stick...
There's 20 different wine regions, so I know.
If you need to stick in the Piemonte area, I personally love a wonderful Barolo or a Gemme. If you go still in the north, Amarone, who doesn't like Amarone?
You know, one of the most fascinating things I've ever seen in my entire life is I was in Italy and I was in Rome and went up to Venice.
Yes.
And then went from Venice over to Milan, over to Monte Carlo. And one of the most breathtaking things I've ever seen in my entire life was being able to look on the train on the right-hand side and seeing the Italian maps. And on the left-hand side, seeing the vineyards.
Right.
How have you brought all of that to Houston?
100%. Between all the ingredients that I try to connect and bring it over here, with all the flavor profile of the food that I created, the menu and the dishes. A lot of ingredients, honestly, they come from the Piemonte area.
Okay.
I have a wonderful risotto, a wonderful rice in the menu, which is acquarello. I'm very honest with you, it comes 2 miles away from my house in Italy, where I was born and raised. And it's just an outstanding quality that is known right now throughout the world. And there's no reason why I should not brought it here.
That's absolutely amazing.
It is.
Ooh, that's why I'm easy. Baby, baby, feeling easy like Sunday morning. You walk down the daily. Comes down to reality, and it's fine with me to play the side. I don't care or it might be to the side. I don't have the girlfriend one. What in the way would I do? Sing it, honey. What would I do? Oh. Thinking that my love could hold you.
Alright, so you are in Granduca Hotel here in Houston, Ristorante Cavour. So what I'm going to show you today is just a couple of dishes that we have in our menu, our signature dishes, and maybe the kitchen that you see around. So first and foremost, I want to tell you that we are using very good quality ingredients. As you can see, we have a steak right here for all the Texas lovers. It's a wonderful prime ribeye. It's a 42 days age. As you can see, it's a dry age. So this one has the bone in still. So this one you can do a lot of portions out of this one. Like a couple of portions, we do table side. We have some other ingredients right here. I'm going to show you how to make a risotto very fast. Quality is important. As I was mentioning earlier, a wonderful rice coming from the north of Italy.
And that's from your home.
That is correct.
2 miles from your home, right?
Look at this one. This is called Cascina Colombara. This area where they grow the rice is seriously 2 miles from my home. My dad used to build a small little area of this area. My dad used to be a builder, and he built that. So this one is something that I care a lot about, and as you can see, you can find it in the States, you can find it across the world because it's a great quality. So Acquerello risotto, what we have, a wonderful extra virgin olive oil also. If you don't have a great ingredients, there's not too much you can do as a cook. Rice, we're cooking the rice right here. As you can see, we're toasting it. Then what we do, excuse me, you are cooking
Behind?
behind, you're right. Wonderful mushroom. We're gonna place them inside. As you can see, so we are doing a risotto with mushroom right now. What we are doing, toasting the rice, adding the mushroom, getting nice and hot, the rice. Then we place a touch of mushroom puree with a little bit of water. So that's the only thing you have. So this is a little bit of shallots, and then make it as a puree and a touch of water. So because what we're doing, we're cooking the risotto. It's gonna take a couple of minutes, so we let it cook. We let the starch coming out of it. Let me show you something else since we are here. Signature dish of the restaurant. Veal and tuna tonnato.
That is amazing.
Tell me about it. So we have we have slices of veal cooked sous vide, wonderful 54, 55 Celsius. We have pieces of tuna, rare right there. The sauce that covers the dish is a tonnata sauce. What's a tonnata sauce? Tonnata sauce is a sauce made with tuna, capers, anchovies, as you can see, and then eggs and oil. We emulsify the sauce and then we place it on top of the veal and tuna.
How much stuff are you doing as sous vide?
I do a lot of things sous vide. Why sous vide?
That's like a new
Look,
thing,
if you
right?
come here, let me show you what I'm doing right now. Don't tell everybody.
Because
okay?
sous vide is like a new
If you can see
thing
right
that
here,
people are wanting to
we
do.
have the machine. This one is under 80 degrees right now. And what I'm cooking is a dessert actually. What I'm cooking is a kind of, it's called, it's a dish from the north of Italy. And it's made with coffee, and then of course it has eggs and milk. So it's a kind of, let's say, mostly like a creme brulee, or creme caramel. So it's the same concept, and it's just wonderful. Right now we're gonna cook it for under 80 degrees for an hour and a half. This is gonna be a velvety kind of texture.
Have you noticed that lately this has become more and more of a trend for chefs
It
to
is.
do sous vide? Because I was just introduced to this probably 3 months ago
Really?
from
Where have
a
you
chef
been?
of mine.
Where have you been?
I'm
Honestly, there's a lot of things that you can do sous vide, and you really get the best out of it. Meat, fish, you name it. Sauce, you can make an hollandaise sauce sous vide,
Right.
for example. And so there is a lot of things. But again, the only one thing I might not going to cook sous vide as an Italian is a pasta. Pasta are gonna go with the tradition.
So do you make everything, all your pastas, handmade?
We make our pasta in the house.
In-house.
We make gnocchi from a potato, ricotta. Depends on the season. I made pumpkin during the winter time. So you name it. Rice, everything from scratch.
What's been your biggest hit?
But anything, honestly, you combine it with bacon is a winner.
Or a fried egg.
Exactly.
Or a fried egg.
Exactly. No, everything here, especially here in Texas, people like a lot of pasta with fish. And they like a lot of meat to eat as a main course, as an entree. But if you place a pasta with shrimp, depends
Clarified. What kind of butter?
depends on what I need to do. Clarified butter, if you're talking about that one, when you do a Hollandaise sauce, you do use clarified butter. It's wonderful to make a Hollandaise sauce. When you do something like a pasta, you add it into a pasta sauce versus to finish it up a piece of meat. You want the full fat. You don't want to clarify anything. You want to keep it the flavor profile. Use a nice quality butter, a 35% with cream, where it gives a nicer flavor profile.
Piece of advice for people coming up, because there's always people coming up trying new things and trying to do better. What would be your one or two pieces of advice to them?
Keep always your integrity. Believe in what you believe. Don't go lower than that. Keep your value. And if you have that kind of consistency, the kind of what you want to achieve, don't lower down just because of the environment, whatever you are. So just keep pushing yourself.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Chef.
Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate it. See you around. Thank you.
We'll be around.
This is a sauce made with the tuna, blended tuna, and anchovies, capers, and eggs. So that's a really traditional Italian appetizer.
It almost has like a Dijon. It almost has like a Dijon.
I can see what you mean. You have the capers and the acidity of the caper, the anchovies that reminds of the
sauce. The sauce.
Yeah. Then as eggs, it's like a traditional dish. What we do right here, we enhance our presentation to have a raw tuna also in it. For two, we cook in the oven right now, and then after it's cooked, usually it takes around 30-35 minutes. We take it outside and we clean in front of the guest.
So you fillet it there.
We fillet in front of the guest. This is a branzino for two people. It's wonderful. Comes from the Mediterranean. Outstanding.